The next thing we are discussing is the relationship between data, information, knowledge. You know that the data we are talking about, no matter how big it is, our interest is to get information, knowledge for decision making from it. So information are those data when presented in a suitable way for interpretation, while knowledge are insight into appropriate action based on the data so that we can make decisions. Databases are the shared collection of interrelated data designed to meet various information needs of an organization. We discussed before that the natural or the daily events, what event happens, we created a system to capture the data, to store the data, and then we have a way to access the data. So for the data to be able to store and capture, we design a good database that can capture the element of the data that is of interest to us. So it will not be good that we have the data, then we are looking for some information, we cannot get it from the data. So from the design, we should have considered what's required. So data management system is the collection of programs to create and maintain the database, all aspects of it. Relational database is the most common one, database for relational data, for the flat data of rows and columns that have been popular over time. Now, when you have a good data management system, you should be able to get more information from the same data. You should be able to share the data. You should be able to balance conflicts among the users. You should control redundancy, consistency, integrity, security, productivity, and data independence. So if you are considering alternatives, the alternative that will enable you to get more information from the same data is better. The one that will give information in such a way that you can share to different groups will be better. The one that will minimize the conflict among different users, so that not that information that department A is getting, if department B needs it, you need to sit down and begin to turn it upside down before it can be useful. So there should be a way. The system should be flexible such that you make little selection and adjustment to the query, and then you get what you require. Then the component of a good data system should involve the data itself, the metadata, which is data about the data, how to use the data, the layout, the description, then the access engine, how to access the data, then the utility, how to customize, maybe how to printing the output, you want to have it in Excel, in PDF. And so metadata is data about data. It will inform information about the feed, display, format structure, and the like, so that when we study it, we will understand the data very well. So when you are now talking of the data that we can move around, we can send to you, you save it, there are different forms. We have text file that we have .txt as an extension. So the data we have delimited, we separated in a different way. So the mode of separation is what we call delimiter. So some of them, they have a fixed format that they use. We have comma separated, we have tab delimited, and we have pipe delimited. So if you save something in comma separated, you can from Excel, you can open it in text file. If you have delimited, you can open it in Excel. You can open it in another area. The XML file for document and data, especially when it has to do with web application. Log file from machine, the way you have something from the internet, or even something like CCTV. So when they get the data, they give it log, something to identify one from the other. So you need to know the format. But some application have specific format. Excel has its own format, .xlmx, the like. SAS has its format, SPSS, Tableau, and the like. So we have other non-popular data type, file types. You have graph database, which is based on graph theory. So we have used Neo4j as an example during our training. We have documents, the data based system that store documents. we have columnar database instead of the one that is stored based on rows. So this one will store based on column. So the key value store is used for advanced data methods such as the document. So we stop there and meet in the next